This is my pre-video warm-ups. I gotta shake all the sillies out. Yeah. Right. So, yeah. This video is the first of what will be many videos about a book that I am reading, studying, and reviewing, just because I love religion. I'm fascinated with religion, and honestly I feel really ashamed that I majored in comparative religion, but I've never actually read the Quran. I think that's kind of bad. Like, the most I could tell you is like about the 5 pillars of faith, and that's it. So yeah, so I'm reading through the Quran. I chose to read the one that I'm reading. I have a few different editions of the Quran, but the one that I'm reading is really, really cool. Of course, that's going to be backwards to you. Right. But it's cool because it has the Arabic in it as well. And instead of turning, you know, the book like the usual English way, you know, from the front, the front, from left to right, you'd be going from right to left. So that was really cool and interesting to me. And also this book is really great because it's like a study book. It has commentaries and explanations for all of the things that I don't understand. Yeah, so as I'm going, I'm just going to kind of like summarize what I've read so far, and I have a lot of questions. Some questions that I actually couldn't find on a quick Google search. And anyways, I'm making this video so I can have you guys, especially if you are Muslim, answer these questions so I can get different points of view that way too. You know, if you consider yourself an expert, great, or if you have no idea what you're talking about and you still want to comment, go ahead, because that would be awesome. Right, so the first part of this book is like all about how they organize the book and all about how the Quran is organized. There's lots of different surahs, and that would be my first question. Am I pronouncing that right? Because I'm going to be mispronouncing many of these Islamic words. I have no idea. Surah. So it's it's divided into different surahs, starting out with the longer surahs and then going to the smaller ones, like in length, the size of the text. And what I've read so far, I've read the commentary that comes before all the surahs. And so far I haven't found an answer within this text telling me like who exactly wrote that commentary, because just by the flavor of the text, I am pretty sure it is not part of the original scripture, that someone else wrote that beforehand. I could be wrong, I don't know. Maybe it's this guy, the Abdullah Yusuf Ali. I have no idea, but it's a very nice commentary, kind of introductory commentary to the whole Islam faith. And like they're just like wrapping up all of existence in a few just a few stanzas or whatever. Yeah, they call them ayats or something like that, or is that just in the surahs? But anyways, it's very poetic, it's very beautiful. It starts off talking about the state of, well, first it says, you know, that, you know, God made the world and it was good, you know, things were going okay. And then humankind came along and messed it up, and things weren't going so well. And it's, you know, our greed and our selfishness and wars, and we just kind of messed things up. And then it goes in to talk about Muhammad and how humble he was and how he wasn't educated or anything like that. But God chose him as his prophet, and he was like, hey there, Muhammad, come into this cave. That's not creepy at all. Yeah, come into this cave and listen to what I'm going to tell you. But Muhammad's like, wait, I can't write anything, because I guess the story is that he wasn't educated, so he couldn't write, right? That's how it went. And so he had somebody else write it down for him. But of course it was Allah that gave him the inspired message. And all that's explained in that in the commentary. And then it gets into the first, oh, before I go on to the first surah, there is, and I always like notice typos or spelling errors or grammatical errors, and I have a bad habit of pointing them out, but I can't stand it. So on, it's page 6 of the commentary. I want to call them stanzas. Stanza 20. Excuse me, am I disappearing? Hello, I'm up here. 22. Just talking. They're talking about nature and all of that, and it goes, the truth he sought into nature, forms and laws, her beauty and her stern unflinching ways. They spell beauty B-E-U-T-Y. I think they left out the A. Yeah, so I had to be a punk and complain about that. Okay, yeah. So I've only gone through like just the first 3 sections of the first surah. And the first surah is like, it goes up to 49. I don't even know. I'd have to flip to find it, but there's a lot of sections in it. And the flavor or the mood behind going from the commentary to the first surah is like, I kind of expected it would be that way too. It's just polar opposites. The commentary is very nice and calm and soothing, and it kind of gives you a lot of hope because you have Muhammad, you know, with this great message, and then you get into the first surah and they start talking about faith. And basically the message is, if you don't have faith, then, well, first of all, you know, God gives some people faith and other people he doesn't give faith, is basically what I'm understanding here. And if you don't have faith, you're screwed. If you do have faith, then things are going to go awesome for you. And there's a lot of similes. They compare it to they talk about a garden and stuff, and it is very poetic. It's actually very very interesting to read. But the one question that I had, because I really don't know, and I imagine that within Islam you're going to have different answers. Like within Christianity, there's a few Christians that believe in predestination, and a lot that do not. The idea that either you are, you know, destined to be with God in the afterlife, or you're destined for hell. It almost reads to me in this first surah, and got to keep in mind, I have not read this whole thing. I have not done any research on this, so I'm just wondering. My question is, are they talking about predestination? I want to find that one spot. Let's see if I can do it really quick. Really quick. Where is it? It starts off with that really nice prayer, and then it was about 3 pages after. Yeah, here, page 23, and it's the first surah, 20. It's halfway through the 26. By it he causes many to stray, and many he leads into the right path, but he causes not to stray, except those who forsake the path. So they're talking about how God causes people to stray, and some he leads to the right path. So it kind of makes me think, or are they talking about, okay, God's just choosing, like, yeah, you guys are going to screw up and you guys aren't. That's what I wonder. The commentary that I read before that didn't have that flavor at all. But just by my own understanding of what that's saying, that's really sounds like predestination. And down in the explanation below, I mean, I read through, I didn't see really any explanation about those verses. No. So that is something for me to find out, and if you have the answer and you know, let me know. I suppose we can all Google it too. I like the website religionstolerance.org, I believe it is. I'll link it below. It's a very unbiased explanation of like all the world's religions. I don't mind going to religious websites too, but they're always going to be biased. So I kind of prefer to go to the websites that are unbiased and just give you the facts. Just the facts, man. Yeah, so those are my questions. Number 1, Sura, am I pronouncing that right? And number 2, do Muslims believe in predestination? Is that what this is saying right there? I would like to know. And yeah, so thank you for watching. If you have never read the Quran before, I challenge you to read it too. You don't have to be a believer to read and appreciate Islam, and so you can understand the faith and become more knowledgeable and have intelligent conversations with people who are different than you. It's a good thing. That's the goal anyways. So please subscribe, because I will be posting more videos. I think the next video I'm going to post about the Quran, I will have finished the first surah, and I'll have more questions, and maybe I will be able to tell you what I've learned. Yeah, maybe. I'm rambling. I do that. Yeah, and oh, right. Ian's distracted me. I blame him. I wanted to share with you some other stuff. So this copy of the Quran is this one is translated by the same guy, the Abdullah Yusuf Ali, but it doesn't have all the commentary and explanation, so it's not really great for studying. And then here's the English translation of the Holy Quran too, that I recommend. The real pretty one with the little thin pages. It's beautiful, and it has the Arabic in it that I can't read at all, but it looks pretty. And then I was at the Puyallup Fair, and they gave me all this free literature. I'm always one for accepting free literature, especially if it's about a religion, because I like to learn about what people believe. And then Islam Observed was a book I had to read for a class I took at the UW. And it's not like an explanation or an introduction to what the Islam faith is. It's just, well, it's about the religious development in Morocco and Indonesia, which I'm sure was fascinating. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend this book if you want to learn about the faith, but if you want to learn about the development in particular countries, it's a good book. And that is all. If you have any recommendations for books related to the Islam religion, let me know, because I would like to at least check them out and see what they're like. Okay, that's all for now. Bye. Remember to subscribe.